Welcome to episode 2 of the Making of a Loudermilk Home, where we take you behind the scenes on how to build a custom home. My name is Nora, I'm with the Loudermilk Group and Loudermilk Designs, and today we're going to do something a little bit different and take you around the city of Milton and show you why it's such a unique city to live in. I think what people seek from Milton that are coming from Atlanta, or we had a lot of people come from New York and LA when COVID hit, and I think it's just this sense of space and the freedom to sort of make roots in a place like this, because although Milton is a large city and there are thousands of people living here, it still has this feeling of quaintness and community. And I think what people will find here is that it's very community based and it's history based, and it's all about being with your neighbor, your family, establishing your roots in the land, which is historic. And although it has been developed and there are businesses that have grown like in historic buildings, you're still in touch with what Milton used to be, which was just a big, vast piece of land. So something that you'll see throughout the day is a lot of these buildings have these plaques that say what the original building was before. A lot of businesses in Milton are historic buildings, so you'll see those plaques throughout the day as we drive through. What better way to start your morning than with a fresh cup of coffee? Forget the Starbucks and come to Bloom, a locally owned Milton business where you can come, be with the community, sit outside in the fresh air, and get ready for your day. This is a lot of busy weekends. There's a ton of sports fields here. And that wall of champions over there is something that the city does and dedicates sort of an honoree status to people who are in the Milton community that do a lot for the community, and they're recognized, and we can walk over there. Most of these Saturdays you'll see people who are here all day with their kids' sports events, community service projects. Let's go take a look. So places like Bell Memorial Park are really important to the community of Milton because they give everybody a place to be together. There's tons of fields, tons of activities, and places people can sit and spend their whole weekend here. I would be safe to say that there is a lot of families here on the weekends. There's football fields, soccer, there's softball, baseball. So I think what you would find here on most weekends is a lot of families and a lot of very proud parents cheering on their kids. So a lot of the youth sports teams here in Milton are often coached by teammates' parents. So you'll see a whole family here because they're cheering on their dad as the coach or their mom. They're cheering on their kids who are here playing football, soccer, baseball. So it's just really commingled, and oftentimes parents are managing multiple fields at a time because they have multiple kids in different sports. With all the land that we have, there's space for places like this for people in the community to come to and enjoy, because in places like Atlanta, you're in Piedmont Park or you're going downtown or you're going to Buckhead, but you really get to be kind of with nature here. We're right here. There's all the fields, and then this is the path. Yeah, I guess it takes you, oh, it's half a mile? Don't make me do that. So Milton is a very equestrian-focused city with the vast pastures and land. You will drive through the city and see a lot of horses, which Milton has kind of adopted as their city mascot. So on a lot of branding, you will definitely see some bronze horse life-size statues as we drive through, and a lot of people have 1 or 2 horses, and they either have a property that can allow for a horse to live in a barn, or a lot of people have these larger barns that they will rent stables out to people. So like a lot of people in Milton, I grew up riding horses. So I would go to my lessons after school and on the weekends and do horse shows, and that's kind of what a lot of people kind of grow up here doing. So the beauty with Thompson Road is the fact that it does sit on over 12 acres of land, and that is a perfect opportunity for someone who loves the equestrian lifestyle or has an interest in starting that but has never had the opportunity because of the land restrictions. Thompson Road is the perfect place for that because of all of the open land and just the resources that Milton offers for the equestrian community alone. So the Thompson Road home is an amazing opportunity for someone who loves the equestrian life but also wants the opportunity to have sort of a multi-purpose space that allows them to have this sense of serene living that Thompson offers. It offers the pool, which overlooks the land, which really is an amazing opportunity to take in just how much of the land you have and the privacy and all the opportunities. And so when Loudermilk Designs was making the selections for the home, keeping the community in mind, keeping what this community likes to see, keeping that equestrian lifestyle in mind. So it is very much a modern farmhouse, but design really wanted to make sure it was approachable to so much more than that. So we really had a fun time making the selections that we felt would fit in with people who were coming from out of state, people who lived in Atlanta, who were familiar with Milton. So we really tried to make it approachable to a lot of different styles. Now we're going to Crabapple, which is sort of the city before Milton became its own city. So when I was born in Atlanta, and my parents moved out to Milton in early 2000s, and there was not a lot here. It was a lot of land, but not a lot of businesses. So Crabapple is sort of the first kind of landmark of places to go out and eat. It was sort of a really old town, and then like similar with Bloom, it became, people started, moving businesses into these historic buildings, and then it's since grown substantially and has not only grown with businesses, but there's local shops, there's a ton of neighborhoods around it, and with the age that it is, a lot of the development is keeping that in mind with how all of these homes look. When you're looking for a place to live, Milton really is one of those unique places where your personal life and your work life are often intertwined. When you support a local business, it's a big part of the Milton culture here because you're more than likely at a business that is owned by your neighbor. A lot of these businesses have sort of bloomed over the last few years, and a big part of that is the community. Whitetail is a great example of what Crabapple sort of honors with that family community, because it's not just a coffee shop. It is a coffee place, a bar, and a bike shop. And the owner actually created the business so that he had a place to start his day with a good cup of coffee, have a community to ride around Milton or other areas of Atlanta that he loved, and then come back and have a wind down beer with everybody. The lifestyle here is so different from Atlanta. The pace is much slower. It's a very approachable community where you can really grow up here and raise your family here. And it's also super interconnected with Atlanta. So if you want to have access to the nightlife and the culture that Atlanta offers, you're just down the road from it. And a lot of the community likes to participate in what Crabapple Market offers, which is a green space. And there's concerts, there's family events, there's movie nights, and a lot of the people who attend those events are people who live in the community, and they walk here with their families and they can enjoy food and beverage from the local businesses, and then come here and have a safe, family-friendly, fun night with their family and friends. And yeah. One of the great things about the house that we're building on Thompson Road is that you sort of get the best of both worlds. So on top of sitting on 12 amazing acres of private land, you are also in between two amazing cities within 10 minutes of one another, Alpharetta and Crabapple. If you're looking for a few more options, don't worry. The Avalon is just minutes away from your door with lots of variation for everyone in the family. So a really cute thing that a lot of people in Milton will do, because so many people have large amounts of land and they have animals or chickens, or they have a lot of farm produce that they've grown themselves, and they have an abundance of it, they'll oftentimes sell it at the front of their driveways. And you'll see an honor system sort of booth where people can drive up and take what they like and just follow the honor system here. And it's a very good system that works in Milton, and a lot of people do it. Sorry, don't want to get in a wreck. But a lot of people do it, and it's something that you see throughout the community. The wonderful thing about Milton is its ability to appeal to the high-end market. You have places like Avalon with luxury stores, but then you have places like the Union, which has amazing food and amazing company. If you're someone who values community, wants a slower pace of life, and the amount of property that offers you privacy and the opportunity to live the farm and equestrian lifestyle, Milton is the place for you to call home. So if this is the kind of lifestyle that you want to live in, what better place to do so than on 12 private acres in the heart of Milton? With over 11,000 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 7.5 bathrooms, and an abundance of backyard space, this house is the perfect place for you to call your forever home. So come see us on April 30th, 2026 from 12 to 2, where you'll have an exclusive preview of 15785 Thompson Road and give yourself the opportunity to experience Milton. Thanks for letting me show you around my hometown, and stay tuned for the next episode of The Making of a Loudermilk Home, where you'll get to see the inside of this beautiful property.